In the 1960s, the US and the Soviet Union competed in the skies. You launched into orbit, I landed on the moon. The winner wasn't just defined by technology, but by confidence. The traditional space race never stopped. Rockets are still being launched, the moon is still being contested. But the real battlefield has shifted. It's now about data, computing power, and language models. It's no longer just about who gets to the moon first. It's about who controls language, shapes cognition, and defines the future. Today, you can use models like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini for free, or at most $20 a month. But training a model at the level of GPT-4 can cost over $100 million. Requiring tens of thousands of H100 GPU, each priced above $10,000. OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI all burn through cash, with no clear path to profit or stable business models. So here's the question: where does the money come from? Who's spending so lavishly? On the surface, it looks like venture capital, VC, is funding the future. But dig deeper. Behind the VCs are pension funds, university endowments, and sovereign wealth funds. Think CalPERS, Harvard's endowment, Singapore's GIC, Saudi's PIF. They have deep pockets, long horizons, and aren't looking for quick returns. They're willing to bet on a decade-long moonshot. Google and Amazon were once VC bets. The strategy is simple: fund the next monopoly, wait 10 years, and reap hundredfold returns. But even with Microsoft and VC backing OpenAI, the money isn't limitless. In 2024, OpenAI secured over $4 billion in credit lines from various banks and financial institutions, not just to invest in the future, but to cover immediate cash flow needs and maintain infrastructure. For a company that's become societal infrastructure, profit isn't just about revenue, it's about staying alive. They can't risk a sudden shutdown, not when the world depends on their AI ecosystem. Truth is, this has already gone beyond business competition. Governments are now on the front lines. The US restricts chip exports, cutting off China's access to high-end GPUs. The EU is legislating AI oversight. China is building national computing platforms and enforcing model registration. AI models aren't just software anymore. They're instruments of narrative control, potential military technology, and the next generation of cognitive weapons. Every government knows, controlling AI means controlling the future's discourse. Right now, the US and China are in the fiercest competition. In the US, OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI lead the charge, backed by Microsoft, Google, and Amazon's cloud platforms. Their models are trained on H100s and GB200s, chips designed by Nvidia, with the entire supply chain largely under US control. The US has unmatched design and software capabilities, but it still relies heavily on Asia, especially China, for raw materials and rare earths used in chip manufacturing. That's a vulnerability. China, meanwhile, has built a national team of AI firms: Baidu, Alibaba, Jipu, SenseTime, and more. They're consolidating compute power, regulating data sources, and building their own model ecosystems. To counter export bans, China is pushing domestic chipmakers like SMIC, Cambricon, and Hygon. But a significant technological gap remains, especially in fabrication processes and computational performance. Even China's best domestic chips still lag behind Nvidia's H100. This isn't just a race for compute power. It's a battle over language dominance and future influence. And this invisible war has already begun, with no turning back. So, is AI the new Cold War? Rockets are still launching, and the moon is still in play, but the battlefield has expanded. There's no Soviet Union this time, but there is China. And the goal isn't just space, it's computational supremacy. No declarations, no gunfire, but every prompt already carries a point of view. This war doesn't use nukes to intimidate. It uses models to shape worldviews, control narratives, and secure cognitive advantage. Who will win in the end? No one can say for sure. But one winner is already clear: Nvidia. In this new Cold War, they're the arms dealer, and they always win. No matter which model scales faster or which side expands quicker, everyone needs their GPUs. Nvidia doesn't need to take sides, just keep delivering chips. The bigger the models, the more complex the algorithms, and the more governments fear falling behind, the more valuable Nvidia becomes. Will AI change the world? Maybe, but one thing is certain: sometimes the quietest player makes the most money. This channel is here to help you break down financial tools and investment ideas in a clear and logical way. We talk about economic trends, misunderstood products, and how to think critically about markets. If you find this kind of content helpful, subscribe, give it a like, and drop a comment to tell me what topics you want to explore next.